Hello there, good morning. Welcome to another edition of Knocks to Nuggets. My name is Oluwayomi Uteh, and such a joy for me to come your way this beautiful Monday morning. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for the share of your time. Thank you for being a part of Knocks to Nuggets. And like I always say, like the video, share it. Please pass your comments so whenever anybody comes in, they can hear, they can get your feedback, and I also can listen, read your feedback, and of course apply it to whatever it is we're doing. Your feedback is a necessary part of this program. Thank you for making Knocks to Nugget all that it is today. Thank you. And yes, it is still January, and we're still talking about achieving your goals. Remember, we had said earlier on that goals should be smart, specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, time bound. And we have talked about general goals in general. We've talked about financial goals. Yet last week we talked about the career goals. And today we're talking about business goals. My guest this morning is a business strategist, an engineering by profession, and then went into sales, marketing, and then settled into business strategy. He's currently helping small and medium scale businesses put together plans and strategies to grow. My guest this morning is no other person than Gilbert Uteh. Hey, help me welcome him on this podium. Thank you, the virtual lectern.
Good
Thank you,
morning.
Gilbert. Good morning, Gilbert. Thank you so much for being on this call. Thank you for taking out time to be here. You don't have to be, but I'm glad you are here. And like I've done
Thank you.
in the last 2 weeks, I'm going to do again today. I'm not going to be interrupting you. We're talking about achieving goals. So we have talked about financial goals. We have talked about career goals. Now, I want you to talk to us about business goals. What is it about achieving business goals? Do we even need to even make any goal for our businesses? Or can we just coast, key Sarah, and let times move us on? Over to you, Gilbert.
Good morning, everybody, and it's nice to be on your show once again. Thank you for having me. Happy New Year to all our viewers.
Thank you.
Um, and this morning, I would want to go straight into business strategies for 2022. The last 2 years have been very, very, very um, engaging in terms of the global pandemic from 2020 to the end of last year. And even we are still at the tail end of the pandemic. And the pandemic has been global. It has affected lives, businesses, and everything that we know.
True.
Uh, some things have come out of this pandemic. Was like disruption,
Hmm.
was like new normal.
Hmm.
Everybody has been disrupted in one form or the other, either in your personal life, in your business life, in your career, whatever it is. This pandemic has affected us in many ways than we can mention. And we have a new phrase in our vocabulary, which is new normal,
Hmm.
meaning how we used to do things before has changed as a result of this pandemic. And so we cannot be expecting to be doing the same thing like we've been doing in the past over and over again and expecting a different result. It's not possible. If you've been doing your business in a particular way over the years, and in this meeting, I'm going to be specifically be referring to small businesses, entrepreneurs. Okay, so if you've been doing your business in one way all this while, and because of this pandemic, things have changed. There's lockdown. You can't even go visit. You can't go showcase your business to clients. There's so many restrictions now. You can't be doing the business the way you used to do it before. It's a new normal. What does new normal mean? New normal means that you have to new thinking, new
I think.
competencies, new
Hmm.
skills. Even your customers are new. You may need to engage new partners, but you must do something differently from what you are used to. so that you can stay ahead, you can stay above and be successful. Otherwise, you are out of the game. Now, particularly most businesses have been struggling in the last 2 years. Even the big ones, everybody in the business sector has been struggling. But you know, for the small business owner, let me say off the cuff, your passion alone cannot sustain you.
Mm.
Your passion for that business alone cannot sustain you. You must be objective. You must take inventory of where you are today. How has your businesses been impacted? Inflation, all kinds of things have impacted your business. The lockdown, everything you can think of. Most organizations, big and small, are under have work strength and all that. How do you rejig your business to come out on top of this pandemic? But first of all, you must ask yourself these following questions. Now? Let me also before I ask the put out these questions. Your product and services are not your business.
Mm.
Your product and services are not your business. Your business is to add value and solve problems. Products and services will go out of fashion. So, if you must stay ahead, if you must stay above, you must continually be
Mm.
innovating.
Mm.
Take for instance, you hear that there's money in recharge card business. So you invest in recharge card business and you are selling recharge card. Suddenly, the telcos and the banks are taking the business off your hands. And you sat down there and say, I must sit in this kiosk, I must sell my recharge card. You go hungry. So your
True.
business is to continually innovate. You don't sit. Your business is not with the product or the services. Your business is to add value or solve somebody's problem. That is your business. The problem you're solving is your business, not the product, not the service. You must be adding to be seen. You must be seen to be adding value. Now, having said that, what problems are you solving? Are you solving? Now, if you are solving a problem, how big is your customer base? Can that volume of customer base that you are attending to can they sustain you on the long run? Because if they're not if they cannot sustain you, if they're not large enough, even if you're making profits, the profit cannot take you over. You must you, Everybody is in business to make profits. Nobody is in business to make a loss.
Sure.
So if you're not making profits, that means your customer base is small or
Mm.
not adequate to take you into profitability. And number three, it must be scalable. Is your business scalable? Going into 2022, every business owner must ask themselves, this thing I'm doing, is it scalable? Or is it a one size fits all? If it's one size fits all, then you're not going anywhere. Anything can take you out of the picture. Now, let us continue. As a business owner, you must ask yourself, this business I am doing, is it viable in this new normal? In this new economy, is it viable? Now, most business owners also fall prey to this next thing I want to say. They do not follow best practices for running businesses. What do I
Mm.
mean by this? There is no separation of company money from my money. So everything is in one purse. Their purse is the extension of the company purse. The company purse is the extension of their own purse. So you don't even know if the company is doing well or not doing well because everything is in the same pot. Again, have you asked yourself how big is what's the size of the accessible market that is open to me? Pre-pandemic, I had 100 customers or 1,000 customers. Now we're entering into the tail end of the pandemic. How many customers do you have? There's this quote I put up sometime last year. He says, an unexamined life is a life not worth living.
Mm.
So you must sit back and examine the status of your business post pandemic. How has it affected me? Has the size of my market base shrunk? If it has, can I expand it? Now, do I even have adequate knowledge in this area of business that I'm into? Now, here there are two kinds of knowledge. Do you have the business sense for that business? Because you're a doctor does not mean that you are a businessman.
Mm.
For you to be a profitable doctor, as an entrepreneurial doctor, rather, you must have a business sense of medicine. Your MBBS does not give you that.
Mm.
Your MBBS gives you how to take care of patients who are sick. But the business sense of medicine gives you the sense to make profit of that knowledge that you have.
True.
They are two different things. Are you sure you have the business sense for that environment you are playing in? Do you have the required competency and skills and that is scalable? Is technology a threat to your business?
Wow.
Up until the pandemic, if we want to have these meetings, we have to hire a hall and gather people to come on a weekend or any day they are free and they pay money or whatever. But now that's no longer possible. Everybody is virtual. In what way has technology impacted your business? How can you get the required skill to be above? Now, let's go deeper. How do we manage money? Because some people are their own problems in the way they manage money. But we'll get into that later on. Let me not go too deep into that yet. In this space that I am playing in, these questions you must ask them, because if you don't ask them, you cannot set goals for 2022. You do not know where you are. You do not know what you are doing. Who are the top 10 players in this industry? Who are my competition? Now, you drill down a little bit. What are my competitions doing very well? What did they do very well last year? Number two, what are they not doing well? What are my competitions not doing very well? Which, if I do, it will give me a leverage. It will give me a unique selling point. Or what are they not doing at all? These questions will help you to strategize for this year. Now, let's continue. Is my product still serving or solving the problem of my customers? If they are not,
Relevance.
how do I mitigate my customers not going elsewhere? Why did Coca-Cola buy Chivita? Because Chivita was becoming a competition, was eating the little crumbs that was falling from the table of Coca-Cola. And if you're not careful, if somebody is eating the little crumbs that fall from your table, it will eat the bread one day from the table. So you must ask that question. Now, if you are into manufacturing, I was counseling a manufacturer recently who produces in a boys' quarter beverages, and she was doing 10, 11 million per annum. Well, she did 10, 11 million per annum last year, but she was struggling. She was almost packing up. What is the challenge? Do you have a standard operating system that helps you to cut down on your overhead? Are you tied to the whims and caprices of your suppliers?
Mm.
Are you tied to the whims and caprices of your buyers? If you change, if you make an additional 5% increase in your pricing, will your buyer cut you off and go to a substitute brand?
Mm.
You must know these answers and work against them to position yourself. Otherwise, you are out of the game.
Mm.
Will people be willing to pay for this thing if I increase it by 5%? If you have answered these questions, you now sit down and ask yourself, now, myself, as the business owner, the entrepreneur, how am I managing this company?
Mm.
How much of my time am I investing in it? How much capacity have I built on myself to take it to the next level? So you must have a new thinking of success. You must think global. You must be thinking excellence. In your packaging, in your presentation, in everything you do. You cannot be thinking that, okay, I'm just selling it to people in Bagada and VI. Supposing somebody in the US wants to buy your products, will it fit their standard? So you must think global. You must think excellence. You must be ready to do new things. And if what you've been doing before is not been working, there is no harm in stopping where you are and rejigging the entire system and kick off with a new strategy. There's nothing wrong with it. So in setting new goals for the year, let me say, you must be relevant to be ahead. You must be relevant to be ahead. You must be flexible and innovative to stay above. You must be able to tell where are my customers coming from and what value addition am I giving to them. I know my time is fast spent now. I think I have just about 5 more minutes to go. But
Mm-hmm.
this will help you to this will help you to set goals for the business. Then you now ask yourself, do I need new skills and competencies to be relevant? Do I need to go for some course? What do I need to do in addition to add value to myself first? Because if you don't add value to yourself first, you cannot give value.
True.
So you must add value to yourself before you give value. Then, when you have added value to yourself, you've added new skills to yourself that is relevant to that business. You've added new competencies to yourself that is relevant to that business that people are willing to pay for because it had values and solved their problem. Then you can now ask, what are my growth drivers?
Mm.
What are the things I need to work on that the customers will come back and keep coming back? Because if the customer buys only once and does not come back, you are not in business.
No.
So the customer must always be coming back. Do I need to form? This is not common in this end of the divide, but people don't like forming partnership.
Mm.
Sometimes you need to form partnerships and alliances to stay ahead. If you're not big enough to buy out your competition, sometimes you need to form alliances and partnership. What do I mean by this? Now, it may not be something elaborate. Do you have a supplier that can give you a 30 days, a 60 days, a 90 days credit?
True.
That's an alliance.
Mm. True.
It gives you leverage to build your financial base without being burdened by the stress of pay now, 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 which you don't even have in the first place. You still need to build up that capacity. Now, I will end with these three things. For you to set your goals and be successful in 2022, these three these three key areas are very, very, very important. Number one, you must increase your customer base. You must do what? You must increase
Mm.
your customer base. Before the pandemic, most people sell from the boot of their car, the the front of their building, in a shop, in a market. But when the lockdown came and people could not move around, how do you now sell? Does it mean that you close down shop? No, people went online. Have you built
Mm.
capacity to go online with your business?
Mm.
Because going online also takes your business global.
True.
So how do you increase? Now I'm servicing only the mainland. How do I increase? I have 100 customer base. How do I build it to 1,000? What are the things I need to put in place to build it to that number? You need to, if you need to seek help, you get help. Then, like I said earlier on, if a customer just comes and buys just
And
once and does not come back,
you're not in
you're not
business.
going to be you're not going to be in business for a long time. So number two, increase your repeat purchase. Increase your repeat purchase. For those who are into luxury business, uh, if Toyota, you see the advert of Toyota, Hyundai, and all these brand of cars on television. Have you ever seen the advert of a Rolls Royce on television? The customers of Rolls Royce goes to Rolls Royce. They don't go to their customers. You are not in that league yet.
Mm.
So how do you get to your customers? Which route are you taking so that you get to your customers and they keep coming back because you are giving them value? If you sell, let me use a caterer for an example. Somebody who's just cooking in a small kitchen and supplies company XYZ lunch for just 5 people. What stops her from adding water and minerals to that?
Hmm.
What stops her from saying, okay, since I've been serving lunch for the last 6 months, can I be bringing pop and akara for breakfast as quick bites in the morning? In the evening, I give you chin chin for takeaway to the children. You're expanding your brand.
Hmm.
You're not the point of purchase is not just one now. You have made it three. Then finally, learn to increase your profit margin from time to time as you add value. Value is not free. Whenever you add value, let the customer pay for it.
Hmm.
So with these few points of mine, I think I can take questions if there are questions. And I wish
Wow.
everybody a beautiful 2022.
Thank you so much, Gilbert. Thank you so much. Indeed, it's been, if you saw me looking down, I was writing and I've written so many pages of my book. And I'm not just writing for writing's sake. I'm going to go back again and look at it again and again. One instructive thing that it's the fact that even for those of us in careers, what we learned last, well, one of the things we learned last week is you must begin to think like an entrepreneur, even in that space. You must own your space, even in that company. And all of the things you have brought to the table will not just help business owners; they will also help even employees, those who are in career. If you can prefer the solutions to your clients, to your yes, not they're your clients, to your bosses, you become a value adding staff. And if at any time they are looking for how to downsize, trust me, your name will never come up in their minds because you are adding value to them. You've said so much. And like I did for the other speakers, I also will not be taking questions from you, because if we start on questions, trust me, we're going to be here till the end of the day. But you have said very, very many key things. But one of
Now
the
let me cut in. Sorry, and
yeah.
say this. One mistake that a lot of small business owners make is that they start up their business and acquired so much liabilities than
Hmm.
assets that they have. What do I mean by that? You are starting a business. You are still small. You go to VI or Lekki and hire a flat as an office. You hire 10 staff, most of them doing virtually nothing. You are paying rent, you are paying for fuel, you are paying for generator, you are paying for everything. And yet the income is not measuring up because you're just starting. You are on a long journey of failure. I listened to one of the biggest fashion designers in this country last week. And she said in her story, she said she was selling from the boot of her car for 8 years. But now she's a household name. If I mention her name now, everybody knows her. So be strong first before you begin. Don't spend what you don't have.
Hmm.
And if you have it, it doesn't mean you must spend it. Invest it.
Hmm. Don't spend what you don't have. That also goes for everybody, whether you're in career or you're in business. Don't spend what you don't have. And if you have it, must you spend it? Why not invest it? Thank you again and again. And one of the things I want to talk about before I let you go is a give back that you are doing. I wish I could take time out on that a bit. If you're on this call and you're a business owner, there is a give back. I'm just looking for it here that I want to just bring back. Yes, there is that give back that is going on now. Give business give back. If you're a business owner, if you're is your business struggling, do you need an expert to help you take a look with and help you grow it? Then send your business profile to utegilbert@gmail.com and the conversation will begin. So it's freebies in the month of January. And for the sake of Knox to Nuggets, we'll split it into half of February,
It
please.
continues, it continues into the end of February.
To the end of February, yippee! I want to put this up on our page after now. Thank you so much. That business give back. So if you're in business, please look out for it and please take advantage of it. Let me take your last word before I let you go.
Now, every business owner or every person or every entrepreneur is into business to make profits. If you get to a point where you're having challenges, the best thing for you to do is to examine your processes, examine what you are doing well, what you are not doing well, and what you are not doing at all, and set out new goals, new strategies to correct what you are not doing well, to do what you are not been doing, and add value to your customers and build a customer base that will keep coming back from time to time. As long as you are doing that, you keep on being relevant and profitable in your business. God bless you.
Thank you so much. As long as you keep doing that, re-examining, reviewing yourself, you will keep being relevant. Thank you very much, Gilbert. And like I always say to everyone that comes on this show, the reward for good work is more work. So trust me, I will come back. Well, thank you so much for today. Have a wonderful and splendid week ahead. God bless
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, that was so many bites. I wouldn't say bites, but so many bites to chew, so many things to write on. And I want to say big thank you to everybody on this call from the UK, from Canada, from Nigeria, from the US. Thank you, every single person. Thank you, Ramatu. Thank you, BMG. Thank you, Godfrey. Thank you, Basi. Thank you, Ramatu, Cosmos. All of you that have dropped the nuggets, Ademola, all of you that have dropped nuggets, you have helped me push out nuggets so that people can take a bite and think again. Thank you, Emeka Benero. So good to have all of you on the call. I truly appreciate it. And next week, Monday, I'm so excited because another person is coming on and she's talking about family goals. And she's a dear friend. She's a business what do I want to say? Let me not let the cat out too much out of the bag. But she's Bukola Smith, and she'll be coming on next week to talk about family goals. Do we really have family goals? Are there family goals? How do you achieve your family goals? It's going to be about family next week, Monday. And don't forget, we're going to come back in February with Tunde Bangboye. He was talking so much on career goals. I had to pause him and say, we'll come back another time. So in the month of February, Babatunde Bamigboye will be coming back. And in February, Knocks to Nuggets is 33333. So having a special edition. Don't ask what the special edition is going to be. We're going to be gisting, talking, maybe do some dancing on the first Monday in February. So I think that's Monday the 7th. It's going to be a good time out. So please stay tuned, keep connecting, keep sharing the word. Let people out there know there's something called Knocks to Nuggets. And until I come your way next week, Monday. Yeah, for those that will watch after now, thank you so much. It's always on YouTube, so you can go there and share it. It's on Facebook, you can share it. And so till next week, don't forget, if you can think it, you can be it, and you can do it. And as always, it's together that we win. Thank you so much. Have a glorious, glorious week. Love you.